coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life. Stand by, Ken. You're going to talk to me. You're going to have to be on. Stand by, Dr. Phil. Shut up. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Welcome to the Dr. Phil Show. I'm Dr. Phil. Today we will find out what 3 famous men really know about geometry. First we'll meet a boy named Randy. Randy is a star quarterback for his football team, but I wonder if he really knows anything about geometry. Let's bring him out. Randy?
Yeah! Whoa!
So Randy, what do you know about geometry?
Not much.
Then tell us about your football career.
Well, we played this one team the other day and they wouldn't stop complaining. Those stupid complainers.
I think you mean complainer. The word coplanar means being on the same plane.
Yeah, my wide receivers wouldn't even run in a straight line. A line's a collection of points that extend infinitely in 2 directions.
What's your point?
Actually, a point is a undefined term represented by a dot, Dr. Phil.
Wow, Randy, I guess you're not as stupid as you look.
You're not as stupid as you look either. Maybe a ray of sunshine would make your bald head a little bit shinier.
A collection of points that goes infinitely in one direction can't make my head shinier.
Whatever, Dr. Phil.
Straight angle, 180 degrees.
Obtuse angle, 148 degrees.
Right angle, 90 degrees.
Acute angle, 49 degrees.
Sleeping sitting through Mr. Kalenka's geometry class, priceless.
From all the way from Ontario, Canadian Kid. So, Canadian Kid, what do you know about geometry since you're not from around this area? Or should I say, the amount of surface covered by a figure?
Hey, well, Dr. Phil, I know a lot about Canada, eh? The area is about 3.5 million square miles in the perimeter, eh? Or the distance around it, eh? It's quite large, too, eh?
So, what's the circumference of Canada?
Well, the circumference, eh, is the distance around a circle, eh? And Canada isn't a perfect circle, eh?
Okay, I understand. You know, Canada Kid, you're very popular up north, huh? Huh? The girls think you're so acute.
Hey, I'd have to agree, but hey, actually, acute describes an angle that measures less than 90 degrees, eh? But thanks for being so complimentary, eh?
Actually, complementary describes 2 angles whose sum adds up to 90 degrees.
Well, you know us foreigners are never right, eh?
Unless you're a 90-degree angle!
Okay. Hey, Dr. Phil, I learned a bit about geometry when I drove down here, eh?
Really? Tell me about it.
Yeah, eh? I was crossing an intersection, eh? Where 2 roads crossed. And I realized that the highway was a segment bisector, eh? Because it intersected the road at the midpoint, eh? Because I was halfway there, eh?
So you were half the distance, or length, between the 2 endpoints, Ontario and here.
Yeah, hey.
Well, I guess we both learned about geometry today. Thanks for being on my show with your stupid Canadian foot. Let's introduce our next guest. The one, the only, Nerd Boy.
And yes, I do recommend Texas Instruments. They pay me to say that.
So, Nerd Boy, what do you know about geometry?
I know lots of stuff, like that the diameter is the distance from one edge to the other edge of a circle. I also know that the radius is half that distance.
So, what do you do to remember all this important information?
Well, every day before I go to school, my mom gives me my daily health supplementaries.
I think you mean supplements. Supplementary describes 2 angles whose sum adds up to 180 degrees.
Dr. Phil, stop using such big words. You're convexing me.
I think you mean perplexing. The word convex describes a polygon if none of the lines of the sides contain a point inside the polygon.
Well, Dr. Phil, according to my calculations, I still don't understand you.
That's okay, no one really understands me. It's regular, which also describes a polygon whose angles and sides are both congruent.
Oh, wow, and I thought I was nerdy. Dr. Phil, now I have a question for you.
What would that be, son?
What is a postulate and an axiom?
Well, actually, they're both rules in geometry that are accepted without proof.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Well, we're running out of time. Thanks for being on my show, Nerd Boy, and I'll see you next time on the Dr. Phil Show.
Too easy.
Where I tell it to you straight. Spacebar. Thank you for viewing my show. I'd like to thank you personally for being one of my 10,000 viewers. Your donations could help me, which I know nobody wants to do anyway. My name's Dr. Phil McGraw, and I'm from Texas. My wife, Sherry, I forget her name, she's like the fifth one. And I'll give it to you straight, even though I'm not straight. Just kidding.
No!
Adam's constipated, guys. We can't.
I just went to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay, now this one doesn't count. Ding, ding, ding.
No.
And he's got him in the leg lock.
And let's bring out our next guest, all the way from Ontario. Let's welcome to the show the Canadian Kid. Where's your flag, Canadian Kid? You said you'd bring a flag. Oh. So, Canadian Kid, what do you know about geometry? Since you're not from around this area, or should I say?
We got my pads on and everything.
He got his pants on and everything. He got it so good.
Look how manly I am.
This man is my manly friend. He's so manly.
Get off!
Giant space.
Okay, we're gonna watch this one. Oh, it's never mind.
Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dr. Phil Show. Today we will find out what three famous men really know about geometry. First, we'll meet a boy named Randy. Randy is the star quarterback on his football team. But I wonder what he really knows about geometry. Let's bring him out. Hello, Randy. So, Randy, what do you know about geometry?
Not much.
Then tell us about your football career. Cut! Keep that.
I just love to look at myself in the mirror.
Fire